Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back with me again. My name is Alief Zaki with student ID number 00400104040, and I would like to explain more about morphology. And let's take a step back. For our purpose reason, I've already explained about morphology, and now let's break down them. So morphology is a study of language that explain about how the words are formed. And now there are a smaller unit of word named morpheme. Okay, we know that there are two types of morpheme. The first one is free morpheme, which can stand alone and don't need to be attached with other morpheme. For example, the word book, cat, or maybe car, that already have as meaning even without you add any affixes. And now move to the bound morpheme. Bound morpheme is a type of morpheme that cannot stand alone and needs to be attached by free morpheme. For example, the ed, it, when you refer to a single word, it doesn't have meaning. However, if you add into the word need, which is a verb, you will get needed. Needed is the past form of the word need, to explain that it happened in the past. And now, um, let's study about affixes. Affixes. So there are three types of affixes. The first one is prefixes. Prefixes is appear appearing at the beginning of a word. For example, the word happy, when you attach with the affixes on, you'll get the word unhappy, which describes that someone is not happy. And now the second type of affixes is suffix. Suffixes is a type of affixes that appear at the end of a word. For example, the word happy. When you add an affixes ness, you will get happiness. Happy is an adjective and happiness is a noun. And the last type of affixes is inflection affixes, which usually appears in the middle of a word. For example, you might analyze the word mothers-in-law. Did you figure out that there's a s at the end of the word mothers? Yes, in the middle of it. And how does inflection will help students in learning morphemes? Hope by learning inflectional affixes, although it's rare by using it in English, and because hopefully students can find more creative to create more words such as like slang, which is totally viral nowadays in on the social media. And of course, if you study about morphology, you will find these three words named root, base, and stem. Now, let's analyze the word nationalism. Can you spot the root, base, and stem? Okay, here's the breakdown. The root is the word national, which is a single morpheme. And when you add al at the end of the word nation, you will get national, which is the best form of national from the previous word nation. And the stem. Now you need to add the affixes and suffixes ism, which in breakdown you will get a word nationalism, which is the stem of each word. Okay. And now, okay, have any guys heard about something called morpheme trees, where explain in detail how words are formed and what is the function in learning that? By learning that, students are hoped to find out how words are built, so that they can figure out that words don't just actually exist, but some of the words are combined with the other words, in this case morpheme. Actually, compared to languages, English is actually has fewer bond morpheme. Why so? It's have something to do with the historical reason and the effects of globalization, which might be fine some for some learners to understand this language easily so they can speak like basic conversation. Okay, back to the roots, basis, and stem. Maybe some English learner will find it's confusing to learn three of them because um, for for like someone who knew maybe news in English will focus on memorizing vocabulary, so they find struggle to analyze them, to analyze the structure of each words, which let alone memorizing them. Anyway, speaking of morpheme trees, do you think it's effective to for a visual learner to study this course, or is just have any other benefits for the non-visual learner? So actually, the visual learner might find it's exciting to learn this branch of linguistics because they can study how words are formed, how word structure are built. On the other hand, the non-visual learner will focus on developing English skills such as in reading, speaking, listening, or writing, something like that. Anyway, let's get on the other track. And in terms of globalization, you may heard a word called overgeneralization. And yeah, how do teachers can use this overgeneralization concept in a classroom? So they maybe use this overgeneralization concept as an ice breaking to make the learning more fun, and also this will help students to adapt in this globalization era, which can let them into a better individual. So I think that's all what I can explain for today. I'm sorry if there were any mistake, which is so many of them. Oke, billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.